Well, 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 that one fucking sucked for like 48 minutes or 44 minutes of basketball. What was this competitive? A few minutes in, this was 32 to 11 at one point in the first quarter. We were down 43 points. We were down, 27 at halftime, nearly 30. Just this game was just a disaster from start to finish. It really was. It was one of the most rough Knicks games I've seen this season. Like, that was one of the worst Knicks games that I've seen this season. And I'm not going to talk about excuses. Like, we could talk about the officials. No, the officials were not even close to the reason we lost this game. The New York Knicks got outworked. They got outclassed. The Pacers were the better offensive team. They were the better defensive team. They were getting 50-50 balls. They wanted it more than us. They wanted it more than us. And something alarming because the Pacers clearly have more depth than us. And I feel like the games that the Pacers have played at their best, the bench has provided them that spark. But Siakam, he hasn't even dominated this series. He was good last game, but dude had 14 points again, and we lose by like a million points because it's a team game. They have a pass first point guard that gets others involved. Their bench stepped up. And like, even though the games that Brunson has slowed down the last couple of games, we know Brunson's not 100%. I'm not even using that as an excuse. We all know he's not close to 100%. But credit to him, they've put some good on ball pressure. I feel like anyone that's truly watched the Knicks Pacers this season that it's just like you just don't put Andrew Nemhard on Brunson, and they've made that adjustment. But I'm honestly just pissed off, just very extremely frustrated. This is a tied up series now, 2-2. We'll see how the Knicks respond to this adversity. Obviously, the Sixers had that big time game when Maxey um went freaking nuts, hit that shot from the logo. We could talk about the execution. The Knicks were able to overcome that adversity and win the next game. But that wasn't a closeout scenario. We still have to win two more games. We have another injury on top of it. Yes, we had Bogdanovich injured, Randall injured, but Mitch was playing that game. But now in this position, we have no Mitch, we have no OG Anunoby. But I still believe in this team. I'm not saying I'm counting out this team. It's just going to be tough. And as much as I would love the Knicks to respond with a blowout, I just don't think the way this team is constructed right now that we're built to blow out teams. We're going to have to try to grind it out once again. I just don't think we're built to blow out teams. We needed more from everyone tonight. It's crazy that the main takeaway, one of the main positive takeaways is I'm not even an Alec Burks guy, and maybe you could say some of his points. Like, you could say a majority of this game was freaking garbage time, but at least he stayed ready. I just don't really have anything positive to say about anyone else in this game. I'm not saying he was even amazing. I know McBride got his points, but that was when it was like really, really garbage time. I didn't think he was good in this game. And just again, we're down 32 to 11 in the first quarter. Obi comes off the bench, instant offense, instant freaking offense. We've had no answer for TJ McConnell this series. I know Halliburton's had more points, and he's the star in this series, but truly McConnell's been that X factor that we've had no answer for at all. Um, Appreciate you guys tuning in, but just a very frustrating game to watch. We can get into the stats, but yeah, we lose 121 to 89. We're down as many as 43 points. We're down 28 and a half. It was 69-41. A crazy ass stat. So we had 69 points with 9 minutes left in the game at one point. They had 69 points at half, the Pacers. This was one of the few games that made me turn it off, and I watched the entire thing. Unfortunately, Knicks need to win the next game. They have to. At the Garden, you have to. And I really believe in this team from a mental standpoint, and I do not like excuses, but this was the first game truly in the playoffs that this team looked gassed. And Josh Hart, 3 rebounds. Would he have 2 points? And last game, hopefully we're able to take a couple more and win this series. But last game is really going to bite us in the butt if we don't execute next game, because we blew last game. DiVincenzo went fucking off. Josh Hart played very well. McBride wasn't amazing off the bench, but he was good enough. Burks, like, that was the game we had to take, and we blew it. I really thought we blew last game. Not the one today, but what DiVincenzo have 7? The Villanova boys didn't really do shit. Hartenstein, I'm a Hartenstein guy, but he looks soft as fuck. Like he needs to learn how to body up and stop backpedaling. Like he just looks so scared of contact sometimes, and it's just embarrassing. They just got outworked. I'm not saying shit about the officials. We sucked tonight. I mean, today we sucked. Halliburton balled out. He balled out again. Ever since he had only like five shot attempts and 6 points, he's responded since then. Appreciate that buzzer beater. But let me know your guys' thoughts on this game. I'm just frustrated. Yeah, I'm not even trying to call it quits, but having Jericho Sims sucks. He sucks. But he was the 58th pick. We're depleted with injuries at this point. Um, and I don't want to talk off season, but we need to find a true backup point, like a true backup point. McBride, maybe solid off the ball. I like him off the ball more, but we need someone that can really create offense off the bench and get buckets. But we'll talk about that in the offseason because right now we're rocking with what we got. Is this the worst loss of this season's playoffs? Yes. Like all time, what I've seen, yeah, because I'm a younger Knicks fan and I've only seen this team in the playoffs 3 times. Trae Young year, like when we played Trae Young, I don't think we had a blowout, or maybe they had like maybe one commanding lead. But that was still kind of a feel good year, and I wasn't expecting a lot. But you could say with like all these injuries, we shouldn't expect a lot. But I'm still going to believe in this team no matter what. But for the playoff losses I've seen, this is the worst playoff loss I've seen. What's going on? Make sure you subscribe to Knicks Daily. Very underrated Knicks channel. Subscribe to him. Deserves way more subscribers. Appreciate being here, man. You said we back in the garden. No worries. Let's take care of business then. I'd rather have Taj in there versus Sims. Yeah, at least Taj just has some. Even though he's super old. I'm trying to think. Where was the last team he was with? The Pistons. I think he was with the Pistons. Um, I don't know, but we saw Taj even when he was against the Pacers in the playoffs, and he looked. I mean, not in the playoffs, in the regular season. That game Brunson had like 41 after being named an All Star. What a different team that was. We didn't have OG, but Taj looked terrible. Like Taj looks so unplayable too. So it's like he's older. He's not on this team. Glad there's no one outstanding in this draft. Oh yeah, I completely forgot about the lottery. The Hawks. They got the first pick. I saw that. The Pistons just. Oh my gosh, they're just like the Pistons so bad. You don't deserve the first pick. But I'm interested to see what's gonna happen. Yes, McConnell, who Brunson predicted. Is that what Brunson said? Well, and he's killed us since when I was like in 8th grade. I remember I had to go to like this high school basketball game because I was like on the middle school team and we had to watch the high schoolers play. I was tracking the Knicks game on my phone. This is when the Knicks were really bad. Probably only won like 31, 32 games. We had D Rose for the first time, and I remember McConnell hitting a game winner against us. But the Knicks just have no answer for him. Like no answer. What's going on, Buzzer Peter? I just can't wait till next season when this. See, I don't want to have that mindset. Like the season's not over. Um, am I excited for next season? Yeah, because Randall's probably he's gonna be. Well, he's not gonna be healthy. Is he even gonna be back first game of the season? I don't think so. Shoulder injuries suck like that. But he says I just can't wait till next season when this team adds 2 rookies. But like, let's break this down. Like I saw someone talking about this like on Twitter, trading up in the draft. No, I'm not trying to talk about draft playoffs is going on. But you think like Tibbs, it seems like gets the final say. Do you see us trading up for a rookie that's going to get actual rotational minutes? No, I think we're just gonna go to free agency and get older players. As much as I would love youth on this team, I just don't see Tibbs doing that, especially in year one with the young kid. I just don't see that happening. Add 2 rookies, but yeah, I understand we have like 220 something overall picks. And Rokas, you think he's returned like going to the Knicks? I don't think he's ever going to the Knicks. He's been overseas this long. I don't think so. Was drafted in 2020. Um, why can't we guard McConnell? Hey, I can't say he's corny or whatever. He just kills us. He killed us. Killed us again. And I think he's just finally starting to get healthy. Game 1, he didn't look healthy. We saw like since All-Star break with his hamstring in his back, he looks healthy now. I know there was that video of him like after the press conference, but health is a big factor. Like a lot of people were saying, like remember years ago the Bucks just made it to the finals because of health, because the Nets getting hurt. Like Kyrie, Trey, but you got to be healthy. Knicks are not healthy right now. No team is 100% healthy, but the way our injuries are right now, it's just so fucking sad, man. Like we needed Bogdanovich this series. Series isn't over. Obviously, it's a tie series, but I'm not liking what I'm seeing right now. Like no OG's done. Like for this series at least. He's done. Um, and he was playing well offensively. He was attacking. He was hitting mid-range shots. He was knocking down three-point shots. Um, it seems like whenever he's at like this highest of high with the Knicks, he gets hurt. Played very well versus the Heat game. The game Randall got hurt, but then in shoot around right before the Hornets game gets hurt. 28 points in three quarters gets hurt. That's the thing with OG. He's so injury prone. He's so injury prone. Very good player, but injury prone as shit. Like we have no choice but to resign him. Though he traded RJ quickly away in a second rounder. So is there a point guard again in this draft? I don't know what we're gonna do in the draft because we've seen Leon trade back. We've seen. I don't even want to talk about it, but as of when Brunson's on this team, um, I don't think we're gonna go in the draft. I think we're gonna try to get a veteran. I don't know who it's gonna be though. I don't want to talk about offseason though. What's going on, Cowboy X Factor? Hope all is well. Good bounce back games for your Mavericks. PJ Washington's been playing insane. Knicks built their team and great agency. What do you mean? Mavs are up 2-0 on the Thunder as Knicks need a peat. Well, we are missing a lot. I'm not even trying to like this is the team we have right now, but no Mitchell Robinson, no Bogdanovich that can shoot the three, no OG that can shoot. Like we need as much offense as we can get. And again, Siakam, 14 points, they won because they have other guys that can step up. We could shit on OB for talking about his ladder, like how he moves laterally, the way he can rebound. He could score the rock, and he's in a good situation. They play fast. We traded 2 second rounders for him. We weren't gonna pay him, but still, like 2 second rounders is extremely disrespectful. I don't know. I couldn't watch this game anyway since oh, you live in Japan, okay? So I'm clearly not as distraught as others at the moment. I'm not waking up at 4. Okay, the game was at 4. Game was trash. Knicks sucked the whole game. Maybe like 3 minutes we were good. They sucked. There's just no sugarcoating it at all. Pause. Like if I give you a positive takeaway from this game, positive. Shout out to Burks for staying ready. Everything else, trash. Jalen Brunson, he's not 100%, even close to 100%. You could tell right now. Aaron Nesmith's been playing some solid defense, but he wasn't good. DiVincenzo was very good last game. This game, trash. Josh Hart, trash. Hartenstein, trash. Precious Jewel, trash. Everyone trash. Just McBride wasn't good. No one was good. Like everyone sucked. Sims sucked. Everyone sucked. Unfortunately. I guess that's the positive way of looking at it. The only way the Knicks can go is up. We're a mentally tough team, but we're a mentally tough team, but there's still a physical aspect. How are the Knicks gonna be physically next game? What do we play Tuesday? But you have 2 points from Hart, 3 rebounds or whatever it was. Just not good. Not good. What's going on, TMGF? Hope all is well besides this Knicks game. Yeah, man. We get rest. I think this shit's going 7. I think it's going 7. Or if the Knicks don't get it together, I don't want to talk like this. Let's hope it doesn't go to fucking like 6. Oh my gosh, man. We get rest days this series unless it goes to 7. Or we don't. Yeah, we don't. Yeah, I'm not shooting any hoops right now. Yeah, I was going it out for the playoffs, but if the Knicks get eliminated, you guys will see it shaved off. You guys will see it shaved off, but what the Knicks make, how many threes they make tonight? It was just, or today, it was just bad. No, you're good, buzzer beater. I'm sure we're all pissed. I'm just disappointed. Like, I'm pissed, but I'm mostly just disappointed. Like, are we gonna get the same Jalen Brunson? Like, is Brunson gonna step up next game? He's hurt. They're pressuring him on the ball really good. He just does not look right. Like, we have to do something about this bench, though, in the offseason because you can't. Like, I don't care, like, what happened in the regular season. I don't care what happened in the first round. You cannot go through the entire playoffs with these minutes. I know finally we're using the bench, but Yeah, they did waste a Cowboy X Factor. We wasted Dante's big game, big time. And I hate to say it about Brunson. He should have looked to feed Dante way more down the stretch. I didn't like how we went away from him. Um, when he tried to draw a foul, like at the 3-point line, he did get fouled. You can say, but there's so much time left. Buzzer beater, I don't think that's happening. I feel like we've talked about that before. But I do want to know though, like if an assistant coach suggested to him, "Oh, let's get more of a bench and play more of the bench next season." Like I wonder if he's just like, "No, we're playing the guys 40 plus minutes as starters." Like I know he doesn't do that in the regular season. I know Brunson averaged 35 minutes per game in the regular season, but I don't know. There's certain things Tibbs needs to be kept in check for. There is. Tibbs has done an unbelievable job this season. I'm not taking anything away from him though. When you have these many injuries, sometimes you have no choice. Like can't be rolling out Shake that has like no chemistry with the guys. At least Burks played some games, but I still give Tibbs tons of credit. There's only so much you could do right now with this depleted roster. There's only so much you could do. Like if I was Tibbs, I'd probably be given similar minutes. I could check the minutes though. I don't even know what the minute distribution was tonight or today. But if like we had an actual bench, um, it would be a different story. I'd be on Tibbs, but just the way this team is right now. It's just so predictable, man. It's just so predictable. Like when things go to shit, I feel like this team offensively, like actually no, because the Knicks have gone off to a lot of slow starts, but more in the Philly series. Um, this is the worst start. This was the worst start. You're not like 31-11. Like it can't get worse than that. You're not overcoming that on the road. Like on the road is ridiculous. Tibbs is like how most people run 2K, play their started a lot of minutes, but luckily in that video game you could turn off injuries compared to real life. But let's go through the injuries. Randall, I'm not even going to say it was on him. I'm not going to say it was on Hawkes because I don't think Hawkes intentionally tried to hurt him. He hurt his elbow. That was a freak accident. OG Anunoby, I could actually see that like him being overplayed because if you play a lot of minutes, can't your hamstring be affected? Like at some point, your body's gonna give out. We know he has an injury history too, so I don't know what to point that out on. Mitchell Robinson, I think he tried to like be tough and play through injury, so I think that's on him, but not at the same time because he was just it's the playoffs. He tried to play and he got hurt. Um, Bogdanovich, that wasn't minutes. Just dove on the floor for the ball, got hurt. So many fucking injuries. I don't even know. I don't even know. I heard tons of complaints about pressure to chew on today. I wonder if this game could end this Knicks tenure. Well, he didn't play. He didn't start the second half. McBride started the second half, which people sucked, so it doesn't even matter. Um, gosh, what were the key failures that led to the first half fiasco? They shot the three ball ridiculously well. I remember Turner made an insane three top of the key. Like the Knicks just didn't show up at all. Like we got out hustled on the offensive glass. They killed us in the paint. I remember seeing an insane stat that they were shooting just insanely well inside, but it wasn't even just inside. It was from three. Can't just count on ISO ball with the way Brunson's hurt right now. Um, it's just everything. Like Hart barely scored. He had 3 points. DiVincenzo had 7. Like how much did he have in the first half? Just think about that. Um, Center play was ass. Big Matt Sims sucks. Game 5's at 8 o'clock. Great. Great. OG's I don't know if you saw Donovan, OG's not playing game 5. He's probably done for the series. Hamstrings are so bad. I remember Halliburton was out for some time with that hamstring, and he didn't look right even when he came back. I think OG's done this series. We're gonna have to win it without him. Well, we have no one else buzzer beater. Who else we consistently count on a great throwing shot? Dante's not breaking down someone consistently off the dribble and getting a bucket. We've seen it like a few times, but not consistently. We know Josh Hart. We can't just count on him going coast to coast all the time. Um, Isaiah Harnstein, like we need that floater going. I don't know how much did he have Harnstein. We could check on that, but when he has his floater going, that's usually good. But I thought he sucked. Chu was not like Brunson's been asked to do so much because we literally have nothing. We literally have nothing. Bogdanovich kind of was able to create a shot, but he got hurt. Like Burks is our top 3 shot creator right now, which is hilarious. I at least just want to see this team go to the Eastern Conference Finals. Do I think we're gonna win? Hell no. But I at least just want to see that. Deuce is not a reliable shot creator either. No, he's not. That's why I need a backup guard. Play him off the ball. Who are we gonna get? Cameron Payne, so Philly doesn't get him. No, I think Philly's re-signing him. He's not really a crazy creator either, but I remember him killing us. But this was like the first like actual game that like I actually saw this team look exhausted. Like they actually looked exhausted. And we miss Randall. We miss even OG. OG's not a crazy shot creator, but he was showing this series. He was driving hard to the basket. He was spotting up for threes. He was creating for a mid-range shot. Like he moves well without the ball. Like he gave us some easy points that way. Him even jumping the lanes. Like he got hurt at the worst time. Like literally the worst time. He got hurt at literally the worst time, man. But the bench continues to give the Pacers that spark. Like Halliburton didn't even have a crazy amount of points. Like what do you have 22? We know he's more of a pass first guy. But when they were like starting to blow us out, it was the bench again. McConnell off the bench, Obi off the bench. There's no answer at all. McBride was good in that Philly series, but he's been trash this series, man. Like I kind of had a superstition he was gonna be good versus Philly though, because he cooked them in the regular season. I remember a game when he had like 20 something, couldn't miss, but it's just awful. Yeah, let me look at this fucking bench, man. And by the way, can we go a game like without having a stupid, terrible inbounds pass? Like I feel like we're the worst inbounding team in the NBA. So the Knicks shot 33% from the field. They shot 56%. We went 30 for 89. They went 50 for 88. OG stands for only good for 50 games. Story of his career, unfortunately. I know the TNT crew is smiling from the heavens. Thank God this game wasn't on TNT. Seeing this team getting decimated by injuries, it really is Knicks for. Yeah. Somehow we had more offensive rebounds. Maybe that came in garbage time. But they'd look at the listen to the defensive rebounds. They had 43 to our 27. They had 31 assists to our 18. They had 9 steals to our 8. They had 7 blocks to our 2. They had 22 fast break points. We had 5. They had 60 points in the paint. We had 40. They did have 20. They did have 25 fouls. We had 12. We were down as many as 43 points. It's disgusting, guys. We were 7 for 37 from 3. 18%. They're 14 for 31. The Knicks just got outclassed. Awful coaching. That channel is funny as shit. Well, I don't even know what channel the next game is on. Minnesota game. Hopefully that's a better game this time. Because last time was a blowout. Do you guys think the Nuggets are gonna make it 2-2? I have a feeling the Nuggets are gonna win tonight. But man, like this Knicks team, I know they're like locked in mentally, but physically, are they there? Are you talking about the Pacers? Yeah. They love their basketball. Obviously, Larry Bird went to college there. He was the coach of the Pacers at one point. Isn't he like a part of the organization right now? I may be wrong, but they're like one of the top states when it comes to basketball. I don't know if they're called the basketball state or whatever. Let me see. Mm. Oh yeah, it is a basketball state. Yeah, because Dr. James and Naismith, who obviously invented basketball, said basketball really had its origin in Indiana, which remains the center of the sport. Oh, but man, this series is pissing me off, bro. It's pissing me off. Yeah, maybe he was from Indiana, but I thought basketball was invented in Springfield, Massachusetts. I might be wrong. The next game's at 8. Maybe that's more rest for us. Hey, maybe Josh Hart didn't take a nap this time. He was on Twitter too much. I don't know. If we had OG, I would say, yeah, we definitely got this series because people were saying, like, we're the better team. Like, we're the better team. Yeah, with OG. Like, we don't have OG. We don't. Health is such a big factor. Caitlin Clark, North Carolina, Indiana, Kentucky are basketball crazy states. Yeah, I think that's where the Hall of Fame is. I might be wrong. Basketball Hall of Fame. Yeah, let's look at the box score. I only looked at the team stats. I'm afraid to look at the freaking box. I know everyone's box score is just ugly. Do you think there's gonna be one like positive plus minus? Maybe just Burks. It's gonna be tough. So Precious Achiuwa, 8 points, 6 rebounds, 4 of 7 from the field, plus minus, minus 22. These plus minuses are ugly, man. Isaiah Hartenstein, yeah, this was one of his worst games as a Knick. Like Hartenstein sucked. Like he was so bad. He was getting bitched in the paint. He couldn't rebound. He wasn't altering any shots. He was backpedaling. He sucked. I was disappointed the way Hartenstein played. Plus minus minus 28. 4 points, 5 rebounds, 2 of 3, 0 block shots. Like even like at least fucking rough him up and get more foul. Dude, that one foul. Brunson, yeah, he's not healthy, but he didn't look good. 18 points, plus minus minus 27, 2 steals, 5 assists, 6 and 9 from the free throw line. He was missing free throws, 0 for 5 from 3, 6 for 17 from the field, man. Oh my gosh. Calvin says, I'm both disappointed and embarrassed about my sons. Hey, Timberwolves are fucking damn good. We'll see what happens tonight against the Nuggets, but Timberwolves are damn good. At least the Knicks are still alive. Chin up, brother. I appreciate that, man. Just these injuries ain't helping, but just lack of hustle tonight. It's just they just got outworked. Knicks got outworked. But Josh Hart, who's been averaging like freaking 15 rebounds per game in the playoffs. Dude had 2 points. He had our second worst plus minus. 29, minus 29, 2 points, 2 assists, 3 rebounds, 0 of 2 from 3, 1 of 6 from the field. Only played 24 minutes. Dante DiVincenzo with the worst plus minus. The worst one is a minus 29. DiVincenzo, minus negative, whatever you want to call it, minus 40. He went off last game, but we wasted it. 7 points, 4 assists, 5 rebounds, 3 of 13, 1 of 6 from 3. Well, he was the 58th overall pick for a reason. And he played, 3 years, 4 years of college ball, barely got better. He's going to be like a project. Yeah, Cowboy X Factor, I guess that is a positive. Knicks are very good at home. The Knicks are going to have to feed off that energy. But starters suck. Diakite was out there 9 minutes, 2 points, 1 rebound. Sims, 16 minutes, 4 points, 6 rebounds. Deuce McBride, a lot of his points. Most of this game was fucking garbage time, you can't say. It was just that bad. But I feel like a majority of his points came in like the fourth or end of the third. Just chalking up shots. 16 points, 4 assists, 3 for 11 from 3, 6 of 17 from the field. Alec Burks, he didn't even have a plus minus, but he was probably our best player out there, which is crazy. 20 points, 2 assists, 2 of 6 from 3, 5 of 11 from the field, 8 of 10 from the free throw line, minus 12. Daquan Jeffries, so only him and Shake Milner are only positive plus minus, and they barely played. You look at the Pacers, the team game is your bench stepping up. Siakam only had 14, but they didn't need much from me. 14 points, four rebounds. But look at the plus minus, like positive, 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 positive. Neesmith 8 points, but played great defense. He had 12 rebounds, which is insane. Miles Turner only had 13. That's all they needed, and he hit momentum shots at the beginning. Nemhard 9, Halliburton 20, 6 and 5. Obi Toppin 14 points. Haven't been able to defend him this series. He had 2 last game, but besides that, he's owned this series. Jalen Smith came in at 7. I remember him knocking down a 3. McConnell 15 points, 10 assists. What is this, second straight game, third straight game, or there's a game before last game he had 10 assists. He sucked. We good guys, Knicks in 7. OG being out hurts. No one can guard Pascal. What are the solutions? Well, he only had 14 points. He was good last game, but he's been kind of quiet this series. I would even say, like, what's the solution for Pascal? So it's not like he's not even, like, you could say he hasn't even been like their top 2 best player in the series. It's probably been Halliburton, Turner. I know he didn't score much last game, but I feel like he's had more of an impact than Siakam. McConnell's had more of an impact. But yeah, there were some plays Josh Hart was on him, and I'm like, that's just a wrap. But it's probably going to be Precious. But I don't know. Is Precious going to start next game, guys? What were your thoughts on McBride starting the second half? Do you think McBride's going to start next game? So we're going to have. Oh my gosh. Knicks are a mess right now. They're a mess. I'll be lying to you if I say I'm not worried. Knicks just better be. Again, I'm not expecting to blow out a team because I don't think this team's built to blow out other teams currently. But they better be on point next game. They sucked. Yeah, me looking at this right here. And I was saying, like, with OG hurt, like, are we gonna need Brunson to average 40 a game this series? Well, tonight looked like it. They fall behind 10-4, like 12-4, 14-4, finally score 17-6, 19-6, 19-8, 22-8, 24-11, 26-11. Like, this team just sucked on defense. Siakam's like the should be the least of our worries right now. Like, the Knicks have so much they need to clean up. Again, Siakam had 14. The bench pisses me off more than the Pacers starters. Because I feel like they've been giving them the most consistent energy. And the Knicks, well, we don't have that. Like, look at this shit. Like, Siakam 14, Naismith had 8, Miles Turner at 13, Nembhard at 9. They had 120-point guy, 20-point guy in the starting lineup. But the bench, Obi 14, Jalen Smith 7, Isaiah Jackson 10, McConnell 15 with 10 assists. Yeah, the Knicks are just trying probably anything at this point with the injuries. I'm proud of this team. We've come this far and hopefully win this series, but it's been a mess. Needed to win last game. We needed to win last game. But game 3 blew that shit. But the Knicks, yeah, we just have to hope we're better at home. If you play like that in front of the Garden crowd, I don't think we will. I'll be very disappointed. But the key, like, Brunson's still our engine. Like, if Brunson is hurt still, which probably will be, um, Neesmith continues to pressure him and he continues to struggle, we're cooked. Like, we can't have Brunson struggling and expect to win this series. Like, Brunson's gonna have to pop off for huge games if we want to win this series. Because again, who are other shot creators? Like, honestly, because OG's done for the series. Just honestly very disappointing. We took the first couple games at home. Pacers took both their games at home. Like the Cavs Magic series. The Cavs didn't win one game on the road, but they had to go to 7 and they won at home. We'll see if that's what the case is with the Knicks. I think it's going to 7. I think it's going to go back home 7. Would you say this was Josh Hart's worst game in the playoffs this year? Probably. One of Dante's worst. Like, the only way you can go is up. The only way you can go is up. I guess that's Knicks mentality right now. Can't be worse. Shouldn't be worse. But yeah, Pacers just owned us. But yeah, this is like the most Knicks thing. We won 50 games, but fucking with all these injuries. Like, with all these injuries. Sucks if we go out the series knowing we could have competed for a chip, and had we been healthy, the path to the chip is there. It sucks, bro. Celtics are still a very tough team. I know Cleveland won a game versus them, but I understand what you're saying if we're healthy. Man, oh man. Man, oh man. Just looking at that score is fucking depressing. I'm proud of this team no matter what, even with all these injuries, but yeah, it does suck. The reality. But I have a question to ask you guys. Can we get to the playoffs healthy with Tom Thibodeau as our coach? or I should say get through the playoffs. I should say get through the playoffs. Can we be in the playoffs? Stay healthy with Tibbs as our coach with these minutes. Sucks if we go out this series. Oh yeah, I read that. Neverfold says I might just be a simp for the Knicks because I still think we can win the series. It will just have to be at home. Yeah, I'm not saying the series is over and we lost. I still think the Knicks have a chance to win the series. It's a tie series. We're going home. But with these injuries and like, all right, we lose Bogdanovich, that sucks. We lose Mitch, that sucks. But you lose OG, that's like fucking awful. Like, can the Knicks overcome that? Pacers, obviously, they have injury. Benedict Mathurin, he was starting for them. But I feel like because of their depth, that doesn't hurt them as much. But I know Mathurin, yeah, he was starting games and he got hurt in the regular season. Oh my gosh. All right, how much Brunson dropped the next game? So we're gonna need Brunson to go off next game. But I feel like the Pacers haven't we been playing from behind like at every game though versus the Pacers? But you could say the same thing with the Sixers series. So I guess you could say that. I love to see that TMG at 41. If we can get 41 from Brunson and a win, he's gonna have to freaking go off. He's gonna have to. But man, the Knicks are just gonna have to do everything better. Rebound, get the 50-50 pulls, get stops, match their energy off the bench. Brunson's gonna have to cook. DiVincenzo's gonna have a bounce back. Josh Hart's gonna have to give us more than 3. He's gonna have to give us more boards. It's crazy to think we had more offensive rebounds. Like that shit can't happen again, guys. Like that shit can't happen again. Oh my gosh. Like this game just made me exhausted. How much deeper are we gonna get though, Neverfold? Like Josh Hart didn't even play 30 minutes. We played Sims. We played Burks. Like who else are you gonna go to? Sims sucks. And we're already at that point. We have to go farther than that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, this game. This season, it's exhausting. Yeah, I wonder how Josh Hart's feeling right now. Well, I wonder how the whole Knicks team's feeling, but yeah, this was the first time we got blown out this run. Like, this was our first non-close game of this playoffs. This was our first non-close game of the playoffs. Every game's been close as fuck. With how far we made it this season without Julius, do we look to trade him or do we run it back hoping we stay healthy? You can look at both sides of it. Oh, look, we made it just as far without Randall. Or you could be like, oh, this team's going to be even better with him. But then there's also, like, he hasn't really showed up in the playoffs. We could talk about that more in the offseason. Oh, there's going to be so many freaking questions the Knicks have to answer with these injuries and just the way this. Like, I'll be real. I didn't think the Knicks would be here in the second round with Randall hurt. I didn't. But this was me also, like, when OG wasn't even healthy, too. So let's keep that in mind. Like, I didn't expect us to get out of the first round because I thought we had OG and Randall hurt entering the playoffs. Yeah, hopefully it's just a shitty game, CMGF. Like, I know this next team's gonna be locked in mentally, but like, do we have enough? Like, even locked in Do we have enough with no OG? I don't know. I'm an old school guy back in the days. Teams would play everybody on the bench. Teams don't do that no more. At least Tibbs. I feel if Tibbs taps into that old school mentality, I think we could win. But that's just my crazy way of thinking. Well, I think we outscored the Pacers bench last game. Not this game, obviously. Or I don't even know because McBride got a bunch of points, but it didn't really matter. So I guess you can't really look at that. You have to look at the full picture. But we have guys on the bench. Like we're not trying out Jacob Toppin. That dude sucks. No offense to Jacob Toppin. Um, Dwayne Washington, he's not playing. Charlie Brown's not playing. I wouldn't even play Daquan Jeffries. Like again, Jericho Sims is already playing, and he's not good. It's just all these fucking injuries, my guys. Like it's all these injuries just killed our depth. Because with OG getting hurt, that hurt our depth even more too. It's just like we win 50 games. We're the second seed, but at what cost? The whole team's fucking hurt. At what cost? Yeah, Noah, in 2024, the Knicks are going to win 50 games. They're going to be the second seed. Jalen Brunson's going to be an MVP candidate. This team's going to be amazing. But you know, the downside, almost everyone's going to be hurt. The Knicks just got to continue to do what they've done in the regular season and the playoffs. Find a way. Find a fucking way. Oh my god. Well, Knicks will be 2024 champs. You think McBride starts next game? He started the second half. I feel this is when you start to get cooked, though. Like when you start just experimenting with things and going away from what your actual style is. But the Knicks are just so hurt that we have no choice but to just F around with shit. But I thought they were both bad. I'm telling you, I thought everyone was freaking bad. Like maybe Burks was decent, but I thought everyone was bad tonight. Like this was you can't point fingers at one guy. Like the whole team sucked. The whole team sucked. Like what's the one positive? Burks being ready, being a professional. Probably that's it. That's it. But if we start McBride, we're gonna have 6'2" guy, 6'4" guy, 6'1" guy, 6. My God. Uh, like if Burke starts, we're like if you tell me Burke starts next game, I'm saying we're not winning the series. That's full on desperation mode. You guys are just fucking cooked. If we start Burks, we're so cooked, man. Oh my gosh. Guys stressing me out. Mostly the Knicks. I'm joking with y'all. If Burks was decent, I know we are in trouble. Yeah, when Burks is a bright spot, we're in trouble. Hey, but it's tied up. We're going to the Garden. Brunson, message to Jalen Brunson. You've gotten us to this point. We understand you're hurt. You're not 100%. And Neesmith's been playing some solid defense on you. But next game, it's back against the wall. You have to be amazing. Not just you, your teammates as well. But I need 38 plus from you, Brunson. I need 38 plus points. Well, Knicks will be 2024 champs. The fuck else are we going to do? We have no Bogdanovich. That's someone who could play the four. Mitchell Robinson, center, hurt. OG, someone that can play the three and the four, could defend multiple positions. He's hurt. The Knicks are just depleted. They're just killed. They're just killed, man. And do you guys want to bring Precious back? At this point, running anyone out there that hasn't been starting, like Think about this, guys. So we had Precious starting, who started some games, like obviously when we had injuries in the regular season. We have injuries now. But just think about like how much like the chemistry and having to mesh during the playoffs because like all of our starters, even our original starters before we got hurt, like 3 out of the 5 guys weren't starting at the beginning of the season. Like DiVincenzo wasn't starting. Josh Hart wasn't starting. Harnstein wasn't starting. OG wasn't with us at the beginning, and then we have to shift shit up again. I agree, buzzer beater, but he's gonna have a big game because we don't win the series without Brunson going off. Or at least if we knew how to execute down the stretch better last game, we would have won. I like Chewy, but we need more than that. We need more offense. The defense sucked tonight, but we still need more offense when I look at this next team. I've ranted about that before. Um, we emphasized guarding the paint, but we couldn't guard the paint or the three ball. It was so bad. Yeah, they threw up a stat when the third quarter they were shooting like 80% in the paint for the game. It was something ridiculous like that. Like Hardenstein probably has had one good game this series. What was that, game 2 when he had nearly a triple double? Besides that, I've really been disappointed in him. Like he's just had no intimidating presence at the rim at all. He just looks scared, and he didn't even foul tonight. Like at least be a hack. At least show some type of aggression. Like that's why I can't blame the refs for like any of this shit. The Knicks just sucked tonight. Yeah, this is the most gassed I saw the Knicks tonight. There's difference between being gassed and tired. Yeah, Hart had 3 rebounds. Sure, that's the least amount he's had this playoff run. I'm more concerned about the Pacers bench, honestly, than their starters. But this is the first game, like in the playoffs, this run or whatever, that the Knicks just got played off the floor. Like we've fallen behind before, but we have fallen back. This time it's just the Knicks didn't have the gas. They weren't smart. Yeah, our spacing's limited. I agree. I don't even want to look at free agents with you guys. I'm probably gonna do that off stream because the season isn't over. But gosh, we need a bench. And seeing how bad like the bench has been and how like Brooks was decent a couple games, Knicks might fuck around and bring Brooks back. They actually might. Being tired affects your body, but you could run off instinct. Being gassed means you're tired physically and mentally. When Brunson was missing free throws, not just 3-point shots, and like a lot of his shots were short. Like JJ Redick was bringing that up. A lot of his shots were short. Usually, I would like trash Tibbs. Like if we had a bench and he wasn't playing them, our bench just sucks. Like with how many injuries we had, it's just like Tibbs just got the most out of everything. Yeah, I think Har only played like 28 minutes because maybe it was like the first game. Or no, he rested last game, but maybe it was one of the first games that he was like, because Tibbs asks Hart, "Do you want to come out of the game?" Hart even said that. Like, well, obviously he didn't play that well, and as well, but it might have been one of the first games that it's like, "Yep, I need a rest." Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's exhausted, and on top of that, he has foot injury. Like Neesmith's been playing some very good defense on him, but also those last couple games have been him hurt as well. So, like, I give credit to Smith, but also at the same time, he's been hurt. This box score is just disgusting. Yep. Well, at least it's a later game at 8 o'clock. Everyone's gonna need a freaking nap. Well, he pretty much has been dropping 20 because he's had 10 points, but like 10 assists. You know what I mean? But he says TJ's so good for them. You know that LeBron clip when he looks back at Kawhi checking the game, yeah. And he's like, damn, that's me with McConnell. Feels like he drops. It just seems like every time it's an automatic bucket, blown by someone for the finger roll, or getting to a spot, mid-range jumper. And I'm not gonna lie, I overrated McBride's defense. His defense has been garbage in the playoffs. Even the Sixers series. I know you like an assignment of defending Maxey sometimes, but it seems like it's really rare when he gets a stop now. Like I've overrated McBride's defense. He still has work to do. I'm not gonna say I thought he was like locked down, but he hasn't really been that intimidating. Played well in the Philly series, but not this series. All right, guys. I'm gonna head out. Talking about this team's exhausting. One thing I don't understand is why seemingly anyone who's guarding Brunson's trying to do what Zaza. Yeah, that was bad. That should have been flagrant or even a foul. They didn't even call anything. Would have done probably not. Dante's already outplayed Grimes. Or are you talking about the bench? Maybe. Or you talking? Are you comparing Grimes and McBride? Their defense. Grimes has more size. I know, obviously, he's not on the team anymore. But I don't even want to talk about Grimes. Well, we just have to hope the Knicks fucking show up next game. At least have it be fucking competitive, or F that, win the game. We can't go down 3. If we're down 3-2, I'm telling you guys, we're cooked. I think we're cooked. If we go down 3-2, we're cooked. And they just got to be better. They got to have short-term memory. Got to find a way. The only thing I can freaking say, because everything they have to do better, like everything. You didn't even crack 20 assists. The defensive rebounding, insane. The amount of offensive rebounds. Brunson struggled, Hart struggled, DiVincenzo struggled, Hardenstein. Just so much. Yeah, we are injured. We're banged up. It's the reality. It sucks. They're gonna have to fight through it. But let me know down below your thoughts if you're catching this live stream afterwards. Sorry this wasn't really a well thought out analysis. This team just drained everything out of me tonight, or today, so this is what you got. This is what you got. Appreciate being a Grant. Just drained today. I didn't even know the fucking lottery was going on. Hawks get the first pick. They're probably going to select Alexander Solar. It's not a stat class. We'll see what happens with that. But yeah, guys, have a good one. Let's go Knicks. Hopefully we bounce back next game. Got to get the one.